Mm. Y'all ready? Boy, it has been a day. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Cruise with Key, where I am Key Cruz. And I come on here on Wednesdays to have a wind down Wednesday and talk about whatever. Sometimes I have a Thirsty Thursday to talk about whatever. And when I come on here, I have my favorite glass, happiest hour. Let's take a sip and lift your pinky. Mm. White wine hits so different. I love my red. I love my red. Inferno, Apothic, Malbec, Merlot, uh, Cabernet. Listen, I like red and I like dry red wine. Don't ever bring me no dessert wine. No, thank you. But it's something about a nice, crisp, dry white wine too. Y'all see, I struggle with saying white wine. Like why? Like why? But it's good. But this Chardonnay has like a hint of a sweet, just a hint. That's why I probably keep calling it crisp because it tastes. That's good. Yeah. Anyway, I know I'm normally on here way earlier than this, like literally straight from work, but I am just getting home from work. Went to work, and then I went to. I had to run errands. I really do be doing too much on here sometimes. I had to run some errands, and after I did that, threw some clothes in the laundry because it's Wednesday. It's like a self care day, if you will, because I don't like doing nothing on the weekends. I like to chill on the weekend. So since I work Monday through Friday, housework is done during the week as well. Y'all grew up like waking up on Saturday morning, you eat your breakfast, then it's time to do the chores. Man, why I can't just lay in bed? Put my breakfast in the microwave. I know how to make farina. Trust me. I know how to make a bowl of cereal. Trust me. You did. So I take advantage of the opportunity to sleep in Saturdays and Sundays, and I take care of what I need to take care of during the week. Most of the time it's Wednesday. I do this and I'm doing like it's a whole little thing, y'all. So I actually just had my first sip of wine, sat down, and came out here to let y'all know that baby, y'all heard this song by Janae Aoka called I hope I'm saying her name right. I know it's Janae. We do know that. She be like, I'm triggered. I'm triggered. I don't know the outlook. I don't own the rights to that. But I am when I tell you that I am triggered, I'm triggered. And I'm triggered like real bad. Like when I say bad, I mean bad. So much so that I was like, what exactly you know where I'm about to go? What exactly like you know the definitions of words, but sometimes depending on the word, I like to like read like back in the day we had the Webster and all of that. Like I just go on Google and I type in triggered and I typed in triggered meaning and it says triggered. Triggered describes an involuntary, intense emotional reaction, such as anger, panic, or distress, caused by external or internal reminders of past trauma. It also says it indicates a fight or flight response, often leading to flashbacks or severe anxiety. It also means to have initiated or caused a mechanism, process, or event. See, I'm where it says it indicates a fight or flight response, often leading to a flashback or severe anxiety. So I've told you all that I've had a hysterectomy, and it was an emergency hysterectomy due to having endometriosis, and how that all started to like really play out. And the 10-year anniversary of that was Monday, 2 days ago. And I was going through some emails, and some way, somehow I came across an email, and it was like, yeah, I'm about to have this huge surgery April 6th. So I won't be available to maybe June, July, yada 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 yada. And I just was like, dang, them 10 years went by. They went by. And it's like, that junk still bothers me. It doesn't bother me as much as it used to. Oh, not like it used to. Back in the day, I wasn't even going to work on that day. Yeah, no, I'm absent one from another. Yeah, I was not. I couldn't show up. I wasn't showing up. And of course, time heals all wounds. It heals them, but they don't go away. Okay. And we'll talk about that another day. And I just was at work, and I just was like, oh, I remember. I remember what time it was when I went to the doctor, and I remember what time I left and who took me and all of that, and how my mind shifted a great deal just knowing that I can never get pregnant ever again in life. I cannot carry a child. And for me at the time, that was a lot because I always wanted kids, of course. And I used to always say, just give me one. It could just be a boy. Just give me a little boy, give me my little athlete, and it's on. Um, I always just wanted a little boy. Always wanted a little boy. And I could not mentally understand like why me. We've all been through those times where we like, why me? Oh, okay, great. And I'm just like, why me? Out of all the things that I've endured on this earth, this what I gotta go through? Like, really? Like, really? And I just I changed a lot. I got really small. Um, I started to wear braids all the time. I would take my braids out, comb it, wash it real good. Next day, I'm probably off work because I'm gonna get my hair braided. Like, what you talk about? Like, yeah, I kept braiding my hair. I didn't because I knew that I just wasn't in the mindset to want to do anything. And that's actually how I ended up locking my hair. I got some Molly twist that same year, and I ain't want to take them out. Did not want to take them out, and I wonder is that why I love these two-strand twists so much? Because I started with Marley twist. Things that make you say but um and so while I was dealing with it, I just again I couldn't mentally be okay with knowing out of everything that I've been through. And then I felt like I was being punished. So again, my brain was going all over the place because I've expressed that I had an abortion when I was 23. And then unfortunately I had a miscarriage when I was 35. So it was a lot. And then at the age of 35, I had to have a hysterectomy. And I just was like, "Oh, you should have never had that." And I remember when I had it, and I was like, "I ain't about to do this." And God don't want me to do this. And I told God, I'm not doing that. And I was like, God, send me a sign. This was 2003. I went to work and I was on Yahoo, and some way, somehow, something came up. It was about pregnancy or something. And I put my date in there and it'll tell you exactly what's happening at this time. And I just was like, oh, wow, already? I still went to the clinic. Still went to the clinic. Literally, 03, 07 was when I was diagnosed with endometriosis. 4 years later. Actually, three and some change, because I found out like May 07. I had an abortion October 03. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it was just a lot of thinking, a lot of regrets, a lot of why me. It was just a lot. It was just a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. And I thought about, my mom. I was like, dang, I don't even have a mother here to help me process this. I don't have a grandmother to help me process this. I don't have a auntie to help me process this. Like, there was nobody that I had to be around me to process like I needed like a Mima. You know what I mean? I needed my best friend at the time, she was gone. So yeah, I thank God for the people that did come and visit. Um I done had one person, she even spent the night, she's so sweet. Um, you know what I mean? I lived on the third floor in a condo. At that time, I had to throw the keys out my bedroom window if people was coming to visit, because I couldn't walk down the steps. I had stitches in my stomach. It was no joke. And I was in a lot of pain. Um, and so yeah, so just dealing with that this week just put me back in that place all over again. All over again. So much so that I decided to just take a personal day to process it all. Yesterday, didn't go to work yesterday. Went Monday, but I didn't go yesterday because mentally I just wasn't there. I felt it. Like, I even woke up and I was like, I just want to go back to sleep. The pressure can kick in real fast. And I sent my email, went back to sleep. And my alarm go 4:30. Baby, I didn't wake back up till like 10, close to 10 o'clock. Like, I just wanted to go back to sleep. And then, I was at work, and when work is slow, I sit and watch it, a little movie on YouTube. And I have watched Unbreak My Heart. Um, I watched it was a Lifetime movie about Tony Braxton. And it was this other joint that I watched with Tony Braxton. Can't think of it. I started it Monday, but I didn't finish it, so I finished it today. It was a Christian joint. And then The Courage to Soar, the Simone Biles story. I watched that movie and I just was I was like at my cubicle clapping. I had to grab tissue. I was just so, I mean, you hear people's stories, but I just love a good story when a person is still alive, because I know that, yeah, we're gonna have to exaggerate a little bit and really make a story. But the majority of the story was her life story. And it was just, and she's still living and she's married. And it made me tell myself, kid, I'm proud of you. Like, it made me tell myself, I'm proud of you, because it was like, watching that and dealing with, her mom just could not um take care her and her siblings. And so the grandparents took them, even though they were back and forth in foster care. And every time they went to foster care, it was supposed to be for a temporary placement, hoping, fingers crossed that their mother drug test was she passed it. And I was like, yeah, I remember that. Excuse me, another trigger. Oh gosh, I am triggered. Like, dang, y'all couldn't just, like get off. Have a pass a drug test and get us. You know what I'm saying? Get your kids. Like, you don't want to do that. But of course, when you have an addiction, that addiction is real. And that was a lot. It was tough, but it was great to just see how, she was just determined, and then the support that she had. And I was just thinking about my life, and I just was like, bruh, the hands some of us were dealt in life, and we decided to be who we are today, says a lot about our faith. It says a lot about how strong we are. It says a lot about how we um, decided not to be victims, but victorious in this life that God gave us. Um, it allow us to be probably some of the most selfless people in the world. Huge hearts. Um, um, Completely generous and considerate. um it's growing up like that without really having people to be there in the manner in which you need, and then you just say it to yourself, I'm gonna do this. You know what I mean? Like, I loved how her grandmother gave her, a journal, and she just said, she was like, what is this? A journal? She was like, it could be whatever you want. Write down your dreams, write down whatever. And she just started writing things that she just wanted to accomplish. And then when she crossed out the Brazil jump, the Rio Olympics, and she crossed out. That was what, 2016, to go to the Olympics, the World Olympics in 2020. I just was like, "That's right, girl. That's right." I was just so like, ah, I wish that some of that was me. Like, I just wish that. And it's crazy because that's what our senior scrapbook was for. I'm nothing like my senior scrapbook at all. Completely different than what I wrote down. Um, it made me just be like, dang, I wish I did things so different. Because there's a lot of ways I feel like I'm behind. Um, but I'm so proud of myself. And I was like, I'm so proud of you. You was dealt so many hands, so many detours, and denials doesn't mean, delays doesn't mean denials, and a no right now doesn't mean that you won't get a yes next time. Just, if at first you don't succeed, pick yourself up and try again. She was trying to get on she was trying to get selected to go to the camp. First one was 13. She didn't make it because she don't want to listen. Her hard-headed self. You couldn't tell her nothing. And I remember I told somebody recently that when you grow up without real structure, you grow up having this mindset. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Like, my own mother didn't take care of me. My own parents didn't take care of me. So what you about to tell me? Like, you can't tell me nothing. Oh, but there's people out here that God placed on this earth to help you. Okay. Um, but I was just really, really, encouraged by it as much as I was triggered by it too, because she was like, I could do it next year. I'm gonna do it next year. And they was like, but ain't no guarantee. And then she was like, she thought that they was gonna pick 13 people again. They was only picking 6 this time. She's like, oh my gosh. But she was the 6th caller. And she was like, I'm ready. And she was like, I'm ready to listen now. And then the coach was like, I know, I can't think of her name. I want to say Marty. Marty for Ozark. Every time I hear the name Marty, that's what I think of. Ozark. That was a good series. But at any rate, I was triggered, but I was proud of her. And then I went to Instagram because I don't be following people like that. And I was like, is she on there? I want to follow her. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just became a fan all over again because I follow her on Twitter and TikTok. But I need all platforms. I need to be a part of all that you're doing. And again, I knew her life, but to watch that story, I now really know her life. I know her, and I'm a fan all over again from a personal standpoint, if you will. And then like I said, I had to run some errands in one of the stores that I was in. Um, I just kept seeing all these little kids, and I was like, why do I keep seeing all these little kids? And they was just little boys, but everybody that had them, they were like older. And I just was like, I don't know what you're trying to say. Now, I always said that maybe I'll just adopt a little boy, 6 or 7 years old. 6 is perfect. I'm not at the age I want to do it anymore. I don't. I am not at the age. Do I love children? Absolutely. Do I miss having that opportunity? Absolutely. But at this juncture, in the way that I want to live my life now, I, I can't have a child in my life. I don't want to have a child in my life. I want to come and go as I please. I appreciate the routine that I have created for myself that God allowed me to have. And I feel like I will be better helping and maybe serving, maybe like part-time at a recreation, boys and girls club or something like that. Something dealing with children, but it won't be a 24/7. I can't drop you all type situation. Because if I don't feel like being bothered, baby, that's going to affect not even me. That's going to affect you. Now I know people be like, yeah, but if you had a child, everything would be different. Listen to what you just said. If I had a child right now, everything would be different. Everything happened for a reason. Everything happened for a reason. Um, and as triggered as I am, it's tricky, y'all. It's tricky. And I just can't imagine. Um I got new goals. I got new dreams and I got new goals. One of my biggest goal and biggest dream is to leave this area. I cannot wait till the day God bless me to be able to have a new zip code. Number still gonna be the same. I'm not gonna change my number, but to be able to live somewhere completely different that is not in DC, Maryland, or Virginia. That is one of my, if not my biggest goal in life right now. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for my next chapter. I'm ready for a whole new world. A new fantastic point of view. That's how Tank be singing. Turtleneck. Yeah, but no, for real, all jokes aside, like as much as I say I'm triggered real bad, but again, it's triggered describes an involuntary intense emotional reaction such as anger, panic, or distress caused by external or internal reminders of past trauma. It indicates a fight or flight response, often leading to flashbacks or severe anxiety. And that's all. That's I just was having flashbacks of my childhood and flashbacks of the abortion. And that's a whole nother topic because that didn't go the way that I thought that it would go. Oh, I paid for it. I suffered. Um, it reminded me of how, I had my miscarriage and how that affected me a great deal. You know what I mean? So being triggered doesn't necessarily mean, oh shucks, I'm triggered. I'm going backwards. I done did all this healing. No, allow yourself to feel triggered. Don't stay there. Y'all know me. We don't do nothing stagnant. Okay. Don't stay there, but allow yourself to feel triggered. And when you feel triggered, give yourself some time and room and grace to process all of those feelings that you're feeling in that moment. It's okay. I promise you it's okay. If don't nobody else tell you, it's okay. I don't care if I still feel this way 20 years from now. It's okay that I feel the way that I feel. Have every right to feel the way that I feel. Every right to feel the way that I feel. But when you are triggered, just don't. And I of course I didn't. You don't allow yourself to get into this space where now these triggers has, became a setback. Nah, I'm always, there's certain things that's going to always be anybody that's dealing with infertility, that probably gonna trigger me. Watching Unbreak My Heart, watching her deal with lupus and stuff, that was a trigger for me because I lost my best friend to lupus. You know what I mean? She had lupus. So it's like that was hard for me to watch. I was at the hospital with her several times. You know what I mean? That was, and to see her where she sometimes she just can't get out of bed. I've witnessed that. You know what I mean? And I miss my friend a lot. I talk about her all the time to myself, to God. I reach out to her mom to this day still. We about to go out to a brunch or lunch. We about to have us a little date or what have you. But yeah, so that's why I was like, I'm triggered real bad. It's just a lot of little things that has happened within this week alone that I'm just like, oh, whew, baby. But I can still come on here and be honest and say, though I'm triggered, I'm not, it wasn't a setback. The trigger was not a setback. It was, just a trigger. you know that's all it was. It was just a emotional reaction that happened watching movies and just dealing with all of that, just all of that. And then it's a lot, but don't allow it to consume you. Don't let it do that. So allow yourself to feel triggered, give yourself some grace. And with all that you've gone through and you're still here, pat yourself on the back and say, job well done. And keep going. Keep going. Get your journal. Write down everything you want to do. You might you can ask anybody. I've definitely said, write it down. Write a plan down and execute. Create a time frame to execute the plan. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see nothing wrong with that. The college professors have syllabus. They let you know ahead of time. This is what's to come this semester in my class. During this course in this class, this is what's to come. Plan accordingly. Please plan accordingly. You know what I mean? So that's just what that's just what it is. That's what having goals is about. Write it down, plan accordingly. And if you get triggered along the way, that's fine. Be triggered. Be triggered. Okay. Now, that's all I got. That is all I got. I ain't got much. I don't have much at all. Now I do one more little sip. What you pinkies at? Y'all heard my washer stop? I did too. So enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. It is going to be a nice weekend. And all next week it's going to be 80 on up. So I'm be in the house. I don't like the heat. I can't stand the cold. So, you know. Just catch me in the spring and in the fall. But if it's 80 on up, mm-mm. Unless it got a breeze. I see you if it got a breeze. But if it's like humid, I don't want no pots. None. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for cruising with Key. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing. Okay. I love you and I appreciate you. See you next week, God willing.